Hey, how are you? My name is Andy, and I've been a professional fine artist for the past 12 years, and I've been selling on Etsy for the past 15 or so years. And today we're going to talk about my experience selling on Etsy. Now, I started selling on Etsy around 2010. Back then, Etsy was very small, very new, very up and coming, and it was mostly just people at home making crafts. Nowadays, it's turned into this huge marketplace, and in a way, it's um, taken away from the value of homemade items and real, authentic artisans. There's a lot of Chinese knockoffs and cheap Chinese junk on there, let's be honest. That's what I see a lot of times. Now, there are uh, nice artisan-made items on Etsy, not gonna lie. But I don't like how Etsy has gotten saturated and uh, overwhelmed in a way with a bunch of Chinese junk. Now, I wish Etsy had a bit more of a signing up process. Supposedly, Amazon Homemade had this more of a thorough process for signing up and selling on there. I tried to go on there, or I did go on there. I went on Amazon Homemade several years ago and set up an account. It was real easy. There wasn't much of a vetting of my items, so I didn't feel like they would prevent stuff that wasn't real handmade from being added to their marketplace. But that's that. So back to Etsy. I still sell some items. I sell some stickers and necklaces. Feel free to check that out. The link will be down below under the video. And I like Etsy. I've had two shops during the beginning of the pandemic. I sold a ton of face masks to people all around the world, and it was really awesome. I rode that wave. One thing with Etsy is you need a following, and I'm not talking about 100 or so, 200 people on Instagram that follow you. I mean, many, many thousands maybe of people if you want to have a real business. One thing with Etsy is having good quality photographs, whether it's a photo of an item on its own or with a model. Have good quality and well lit pictures, pictures that will show up well on the Etsy search platform. Fortunately for me, I had a mentor that was a photographer and he taught me how to take photos. At the beginning, I didn't have a very good camera, so he took a lot of photographs of the necklaces I sold for me and helped me out with that. And that's how I got started and learned how to take photos of my necklaces. And you don't really need a pro camera to do so, like a DSLR. Your iPhone nowadays, if you have a newer iPhone, is great. I'm right now using the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I've used it for taking photos of my stickers, and it works great for that. But also it might be advisable to learn a little bit in Photoshop to be able to edit the photos, tweak them, and get them to look the way you want and to look good online. Description and listing, it can matter. There's all these videos online talking about titles, descriptions, tags, and what I've seen is the main thing is, do you have clients, people that eyeballs that'll see your item and want to buy it? Well, you can have the best item out there, but if there's not people that want to buy it or a market for it, then you won't sell very many or any. I do know that there are people that have been on Etsy and or even new on Etsy that sell hundreds of thousands of dollars of items every year. Personally, I haven't had that level of success. I have sold thousands of dollars worth on Etsy, but it's a learning process and I'm still learning. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Etsy, and I'm going to make another video about my selling necklaces on Etsy, and I hope you'll watch that. That'll be coming up maybe in a few days later on. That's been it for now. Take care. Have a great day.